Hi, I'm Jez Beckett from Aztecs. Welcome to the first in a series of short videos that we have prepared entitled Presentations, the Language of Motivation. And what we'd like to do with this series of videos is help you to be able to communicate in your presentations much more effectively. So let's get started. Today we're going to start by looking at Tony Robbins' 6 human needs and how we can use them to keep our audiences captivated. And after that, I'm going to give you a few words that motivate for you to use in your presentations. So, some of you may have heard of Tony Robbins. If not, he's a successful writer, personal coach, and motivational speaker. And in his recent talk on TED entitled Why We Do What We Do, he includes this piece on 6 human needs. So let's get straight into it. The first of the 6 human needs is certainty. Certainty. By that, we mean knowing what's going to happen, knowing what's coming up, knowing we have enough money to pay the bills. Okay, everybody needs certainty. The problem is, if we're certain about everything and secure about everything, then we have a bit of a problem, don't we? Because it becomes boring. So the second human need is uncertainty. Uncertainty or variety. Okay, life is full of variety. Okay, in business, the variety we get we call problems, but it's good. It's something we need. It keeps us alive. The third human need is significance. Everybody likes to feel significant, to feel loved, to feel important. I know I sometimes spend a fortune on a 4-star or 5-star hotel where all I'm going to do is sleep in the bed. I could have paid for a 2-star hotel, I would have been just as happy. But it makes me feel good, it makes me feel significance. Some people get significance by buying a Ferrari. Other people get significance by saving money. And there are a few who get significance by saying they don't need significance. I'm so unique, I don't need significance. It's called a reverse ego symbol. The next point is love and connection. We all feel fantastic if we feel love. Some of us are lucky enough to feel love with a partner, maybe with family, maybe with friends. But if not, then we'll settle for connection. Okay, but love or connection is very, very important. If you don't have any family or friends or a partner, then get a dog, because connection is a great, great feeling. The 5th human need is growth. Growth. If you're not growing, you're dying. Whether it's a business, a relationship, or an individual, we all need to grow, to learn, to progress. And when we grow, that gives us an opportunity to fulfill the 6th human need, which is to contribute, to make a contribution. There's nothing better than feeling that you can share things with people or help them to improve their lives. So, if we accept that these 6 human needs are important, the next thing we need to do is to look at how we can fulfill these needs in our audience members. So let's start with the first need, which is certainty. Well, if you want your audience to know what to expect, then of course you need a very clear introduction with a clear objective, an outline. Perhaps you could include things like how long your presentation is going to last. There's nothing worse than somebody sitting in an audience thinking, I need the bathroom, or I need a coffee, but they don't know how long the presentation is going to be. So tell them the presentation will last about 30 minutes. Coffee will be available in the interval. Whatever information you can give your audience to help them know what's happening, the happier they will be. Uncertainty is our second point, because we need variety. So when I say uncertainty, of course you don't want to suddenly throw a bucket of water on your audience, but you do need variety. Variety of the way you use your voice, variety in your body language. Right now I'm talking to a camera. If I were on stage, I would have been walking from one side to the stage to the other, keeping eye contact with everybody in the audience so that they don't feel excluded. And that kind of variety is very, very important. Significance. Significance. People in your audience are a valuable commodity. Make them feel good about being there. Maybe reference the work that somebody has been doing. You know, Bob over here has made a great contribution to this project, and I'm sure you can talk to him afterwards. He'll be delighted. If people ask you a question, thank them for the question. Use their names. Gloria, thank you so much for that question. I'm sure everybody wants to know the answer. Could you please repeat the question a little louder so that everybody can hear it? Everybody feels good if they feel significant, so make them feel good. Love and connection. Well, it's not necessary to go and hug every member of your audience when you're presenting, but it is necessary to have eye contact. Some people say, when you start a presentation, you need to have eye contact with everybody. And the presenter goes out and they go, "Hi everybody." And it looks as though they've forgotten their medication. But what you do need to do is just spend a few seconds, maybe even up to 30 seconds, looking at one person. I'd like to start this presentation by asking you a question, and then maybe change. How many times have you faced this problem? What was the solution that you found? And by having that variety, connecting with as many people as possible in the audience, they will feel connected to you. Too many people come out and they present and they're looking for inspiration, perhaps divine intervention, because they're looking towards the heaven. Or they're trying to remember something that they're going to say, and they look down on the floor. I have no idea, there is nothing written on the floor, but so many presenters do that. Keep contact with your audience. The fifth point is growth. Growth. So in terms of an audience, teach them something. Give them something that benefits them. Then they feel as though they are growing. And point number 6, contribution. Get them to ask questions. Get them to ask as many questions as possible, but also ask questions of them. There are so many people who say, "Oh, use rhetorical questions." Rhetorical questions are great, but they're not as good as real questions. Get your audience participating. Maybe divide your audience into pairs or small groups and ask them to discuss a problem and then give you feedback. That way everybody is contributing to your presentation. Okay, so those are the 6 human needs. Remember, certainty, uncertainty, significance, love and connection, growth, and contribution. Now I'd like to share something else with you. I've asked Maka to come and join me just for a second. If you could just put your hands like that, great. Now, what is happening? Can you see what's happening? Thank you, she's very strong. So what was happening there was, I was applying pressure, and Maka quite naturally, without me telling her to, was resisting. This is a very important thing to remember for anybody when communicating, trying to motivate people, because we meet pressure with resistance. We meet pressure with resistance. If you apply pressure, people will resist. Any parent will know that if you apply pressure to a child, they resist. Okay, so think of your presentation not as telling people what to do, but as being a partner in problem solving, working together. It's not about me, it's about we. Okay, remember that. So, to finish off with, I have 3 motivational words that I would like you to use in your presentation. I say that because they not only motivate people, but they make people feel part of what is happening. They don't feel separated from what you're doing. So the first of those words, you're going to see a slide, the next slide with 1 word missing. And all I would like you to do is fill in the blank. You can either write it down if you have a pen handy, or just say the word out loud. If you have somebody working next to you, say it very loud, and then they'll wonder what the hell is happening. So if you could just do that, the slide is coming up. There we go. The best part about my job is that a lot of presentations. Have you all chosen a word? Okay. This next part is not very scientific, I'm afraid. This is just my opinion of some of the words that you could use in that space. At number 5, I put make. Make a presentation, because of course, when you're putting it together, when you're getting the PowerPoint organized, you are making something, you're creating something. At number 4, do, because of course we use do for actions, and when you're actually presenting, you are performing an action. So we do a presentation. Number 3, perhaps a more descriptive way of saying make, is to prepare. Prepare a presentation. Number 2, we put deliver, to deliver a presentation. Now, all of these words are perfectly good, but what is important is not whether it's 2, 3, 4, or 5. The number 1 word for presentations that I would like you to think about is give. Give a presentation. The reason I emphasize this is that if you go into a presentation or any talk with a spirit of giving something to your audience, it takes the pressure off you. You're not thinking about what if I make a mistake, what if my English isn't good enough, what if I forget something. Think about your audience, focus on your audience, okay? Give, give, give. That way you will communicate more effectively. Moving on to my next word. The next word I would like to share with you is, of course, it is share. Share. Similar to give. The reason I like this word, if I say I'm going to share something with you, what happens is you automatically prepare to receive. Okay? If I have a nice big cake and I divide it and I say I'm going to share this with you, and it was all good, and people start feeling hungry before they even get the cake because they're thinking about receiving. It's the same with presentations. If you say I'm going to share something with you, people prepare to receive. Okay? And it's also that attitude of giving. It's that attitude of being together, togetherness. Okay, the final word I want you to think about, it's a word that I have used probably 20 times already in this video. And the word is we. We. There is no I in team. So again, it's not about me, it's about us. Barack Obama did not say, yes, you can. He said, yes, we can. If he had said, yes, you can, he wouldn't have got elected. If he had said, yes, I can, people would have thought of him as being very arrogant. So, 3 small words that make a big difference. Remember, use the 6 human needs. Consider your audience and what they need. Have variety in your voice and movement. And think about words that can motivate for your next presentation, because then you will communicate more effectively. Thanks very much for listening. I'm Jez Beckett from Aztecs. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.